to me, I am just getting a bit of déjà vu here. It was only a couple of years ago that the Conservative Party was talking about deporting everyone to Rwanda, and only a couple of people ever went voluntarily. All the while, lots and lots of people continued to come over by small boats. It seems like this government is just playing exactly the same tune.
Yeah, hi, Tom. Clearly, I'm a former Conservative MP, but to make the obvious political point, when Labour were in opposition, they voted against every single measure to take back control of our borders. So to suggest that Keir Starmer is serious about stopping the boats or serious about illegal immigration is complete nonsense. This is smoke and mirrors. And how sad is it that it's taken a US president on a state visit to the UK to state that we could be using military capabilities to do this? I mean, how perverse is it, the fact that Keir Starmer could have come up with the idea years and years ago, but clearly he's failing?
James, how easy is it to use the military to stop the boats coming over there?
Well, we're always told that military capabilities are really scarce, and of course they are scarce. But how persuasive would it be, perhaps, for the Royal Marines to have a high readiness intercept force using ribs or rigid radars to intercept the boats as they come across? We keep being told that we can't attach things to the boats. Of course, we know that we have technology now which enables us to stop the boats remotely, some sort of EMP pulse that perhaps attacks the engine.
But James,
the point I'm making is that when something is politically expedient enough, I believe that we must do whatever it takes to stop the boats. And we're now at the point where we have to stop the boats.
But James, over the course of the last 3 years, just one boat has actually made its way to our shores without being stopped, intercepted, picked up, detected. Only one. I mean, there have been thousands upon thousands who have come, but generally what happens is that border force vessels pick these people up at the halfway point in the channel, and it's our own vessels that take these people in to Dover Harbour. I mean, what would the military add to this? Surely the barriers aren't actually tactical or physical. The barriers are legal about where these people can be plonked after they're picked up.
Border Force are doing the best they can. When I was in the Home Office, we worked very closely with Small Boats Command. They've got massive iStar coverage, satellite coverage across the whole of the channel. They know exactly where these boats are, where they're coming from, where they're travelling. It's entirely possible to intercept them. But let's face the facts. If we cannot legally attach anything to the boats and tow them back, if we can't disable the engine, then there's not much we can do legally. But I think there's a way of doing it. Let's have deterrence. Let's have Royal Marines out there. Let's have frigates out there. Let's have military capabilities in the channel offering some kind of deterrence. And how great would it be for rules of engagement to change, whereby we can now physically intercept the boats and tow them back to France?
So, James, that is your solution. It's not the military get involved to bring them to the UK, like Border Force, as you say, are doing now. It is like to stop them in the middle of the channel and return them to France. They literally don't land on our shores, full stop.
Yeah, the military will do whatever they're ordered to do. So if the government is serious about stopping this, it's entirely possible for the military, for the Navy, the Army perhaps, and the RAF to take a more active role in the channel. And let's be clear, this is no longer just a security crisis or an immigration crisis. This is actually a military crisis. Why? Because we know that these people pose a danger to the UK. We know there's sleeper cells across the UK right now. This is a domestic security crisis, which is state-sponsored, many countries in the world, bringing these people across. This is so serious that it requires immediate, in my view, military action to solve the problem. And if Keir Starmer was serious about stopping it, and why wouldn't he be? Because of the polls and because of the necessity, people on the streets saying that this must stop. If he's serious about doing it, the power is in his hands.
Do you think the military will be willing to take part in it, though, James? We have read stories where they actually say, look, this isn't I know they follow orders, as you say, but they have said this isn't something we really want to get involved in.
The military's got a view, but ultimately the military follows orders. And the military are brilliant at doing what the state asks them to do. Now, it may be that the military doesn't want to get involved. It may be that they can't get involved. But my view is that this is something that Keir Starmer needs to pursue as an option. What could the military do? What capabilities could be used? How could they perhaps provide a deterrent for these boats? And what could they physically do to stop the boats coming across? What should be happening is that the boats should be going back to France. France is a safe country. We should not be processing any of these migrants here. And let's be clear, they're not asylum seekers, they're migrants. And let's be clear, many of these people are coming from countries that are not at war. There's no human rights atrocities at all in countries like Albania, Eritrea, the list goes on. We need to be absolutely clear. And what we need today are politicians that say it as it is. We need politicians that stand up in the House of Commons, politicians in my party, I'm proud and conservative, to say it as it is. And if we need to leave the ECHR, so be it. If we need to disapply the Human Rights Act, so be it. This is a multi-layered approach now, which requires absolute focus from across every machination of state.
Well, it's only a couple of weeks now until we'll find out what the Conservative position on the ECHR is. They're supposed to be saying this at their party conference in 2 or 3 weeks' time. James Sunderland, thank you, though, for joining us on this issue. Really, really significant
stuff. You know what,
stuff.
it sounds like James, I don't want to put words in his mouth, but it sounds like James was saying what we need is politicians like Donald Trump, who says it and does it.